Good day, Lords and Ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with me, Cornish-Knight, as we continue with our campaign. Now, I just want to check out the rest of this map first before we go to the ruins. Definitely heard something just moving about just now.
Just say the word.
Let's have a look around and see what we can see.
Yeah.
Map edge. Elder Lion. Come on, keep hitting it. Another Elder Lion. Ah, okay, that's not what I was expecting. Uh-oh. People are going down. I just heard the companion animal go down. That's not going to work. Keep hitting him. That's not good. It's not good at all. Small fire blight. Nope. Hit that. Killed her off. I have to remember to keep on using her ability.
Say the word.
Okay. Come on. There's another one. Seriously. Come on. Come on. Man, that was a nasty fight.
Just say the word. Just say the word.
More of those guys.
Just say the word. Not a problem.
My health is a bit low, which is never a good thing.
Following your lead.
Get her healed up. That should
Just say the
help
word.
us a bit. That's the map edge. There's the deer they were eating. There's the road. And there's a ginormous chasm. Right.
Yes?
Just say the word.
Get that out. Did we max out the bestiary Lion, Elder Lion. Almost. They got some damage is still left to be done. And they do 26. They do piercing damage, which is nasty. More of these ones. Whole host of ability, immune to petrify, stuck and hobbled. You can conjure lesser blights.
Just say the word.
It's a general pain in my ass then. Dead adventurer. Why is he dead? Maybe he got killed by the guard.
Just say the word.
Settler's arrow. Collect crafting resources because they're expensive to pick up. Right, so we're here. We've got to. I just want to just completely explore this map before we go into the ruins. Really, if I'm being honest. Who's that? Hiravis. Hiravis?
Just say the word.
Hiravis, chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leathers offers a humble greeting as he waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with sterilised eyeball wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms while the other ear perks up as you approach. Next to him is displayed carcass of a deer that appears to be ripped open by a bear or wolf. You hear a growling rumble next to you. Second, he places a hand on the stomach, her eyes on the carcass. Still fresh, Itimak pink tongue lolls out of his mouth.
If this is your deer, you need a new game warden. Name's Hiravius. Hungry? I can't eat all this. First catch of the day, help yourself.
What killed the deer? You might want to cook that first. You might want to cook that first.
And ruin the original texture? That's the best part! Just see for yourself.
Turning the attention to the corpse, he plunges his hand to the deer's bisected abdomen.
Eat up!
He holds the truncated end of the beast image in front of you. That's disgusting. Fine.
Gods no! Don't eat it! I assumed you realized I was being a churlish ponce. I applaud your bravery, but unless you've a cast iron stomach, I don't recommend eating the feces tube.
What killed the deer? Oh, sorry. As you reach out to grab, he snaps his hand back with a startled laugh. Don't eat it. I assumed you realised I was being a child of ponce. He chuckles and drops the mass of viscera. The mass of viscera. What killed that deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless.
Interesting.
Gallowayne chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me. I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
He bows his head to the deer, states a breathless chant, then opens it abruptly. What brings you here?
Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate. So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
Why are you so eager to join me?
I'm a stranger around these parts, and I've had enough of solo travel for the time being. But it was just an offer, friend. If you have no need of an experienced druid, so be it.
Consider the offer accepted.
Splendid! It'll be an honor to run with a pack for a change.
Ah, okay, so then we have to switch someone out. Interesting. Who do you want to take out? Level 7 in party. He's interesting.
Safe travels.
Let's recruit him. So what's his story? He's got a spear. He's a druid. You can have the cloak. Okay, so let's see what. Because I never used a druid before, so dancing bolts. I mean, it would be interesting. I suppose they have all kinds of interesting things. So you can spirit sift, you can heal. Interesting. That's cool.
As a peripatetic loner, I'm not privy to the latest news, but the Hollowborn Children is a tale that has reached even my reclusive ears. Or, rather, ear.
What do the Glanfaffin's druids think of this plight?
It's been a long time since I've spoken with my circle. They'd probably tell you what I'd tell you. This plight was most certainly the consequence of someone trespassing into Engwithan places, not meant for folk. I mean, what else other than the gods could inflict punishment of such impressive scale?
What are your thoughts on the Hollowborn?
Any time a life is separated from its soul, I wanted to pretend it was just a rumor when I first heard of it.
He has several starts and stops before he finally decides how to finish his thought.
In my youth, I'd cursed the dear Woodens for being ignorant to spoilers that breed out of control. But soulless babies? What heartless gods would inflict that kind of tragedy? No parent or child deserves to be a part of that horror.
Let's talk of other matters.
Need something?
Tell me about yourself.
My second favorite subject.
He runs a finger through his scalp, preening his fur.
What would you like to know?
How did you come to be trained as a druid? Hero of us thumbs his half-stubborn ear and thinks to himself for several seconds. It wasn't entirely by choice, not as at the start at least. My ambition was to be a hunter. I merely arrived by a different trail. As a child, an Amathaf came to visit, an honoured guest in the association for a grand chase, but I was never left. But I was left out, instructed instead to be a cupbearer to the old wise one, while the rest went hunting. I'm sure you can guess what happens. Wise Amathaf gives the dumb child a shred of attention. We ended up talking until the hunters returned. He gave me his hands stuck to his body, scouring his pockets and folds of his tunic vis. He presents a rusted iron medallion fashioned into the likeness of a hound's head, a common icon amongst the frontiersmen, explorers, and other seekers faithful to Galawin. The Anamathaf insisted I be trained, and none of them in my village would defy him. Now he smiles broadly. I don't need a bow to hunt. Where are you originally from?
My mother's crotch. You?
Meant from what land do you hail? Stare silently. What a coincidence. I also came from your mother's crotch. Yeah, that's good, that one. What a coincidence. I also came from your mother's crotch.
For the record, only I'm allowed to insult my mother. But I respect your dedication to banter, so I'll let it slide. This time. I grew up in Glonfoth, specifically in and around Thane Bog. My people, the Fisher Crane tribe, are migrant stewards of the land. I've walked the whole of Glonfoth many times.
What's the story behind the symbol of whale on your eye patch? Whale is known as the eyeless face, so his symbol seems a good fit for my eye patch. He absently-minded runs his finger along the straps of the patch band. Whale iconography is rather popular in my home tribe, but it seems he's not widely venerated here in the Deerwood. I remember thinking that if I concentrated my eye to he who obfuscates and reveals, then maybe with enough devotion Whale would make use of the old ruined thing. He pulls on his eye patch strap and lets it go with a loud snap. So if you think you've seen me staring at rumps and cleavage, it's really just the wheel of Whale controlling my gaze. Honest. What's your relationship with Galawin? I was raised as a disciple of the Seeker God. He is a champion of the hunt. be it the simple struggle for subsistence or the scholarly pursuit of knowledge. In my older years I found, he cuts himself off, shaking his head and stares again, life has shown me I am more suited for the ways of well. The furious hunt for knowledge often outpaces the journey to really understand it. Druids are known for changing into animals. What sort of creatures can you become? He half takes a step backwards as you ask a question. All sorts of things, he says quietly after a long, uncomfortable gaze. Hivera stares at you blankly, arms folded. Let's discuss something else. Can't have secrets in my group. Out of it already.
Yes, I suppose you should know. I struggled with spirit shifting, the final rite of passage in my druidic training. I prayed to Galawain for insight and, in the style of seekers of old, went to the forest, alone, to ask for guidance. Then I got my answer, an answer at least, in the form of a vibrantly colored Stelgar that pounced from the underbrush and made a salient demonstration of its capacity to eat things 1/15th its size.
You're alive today, so how did you fend the beast off? That's terrible. I was thankful you managed to survive. Let me guess, the beast knocked some sense into you. As awful as that sounds, it's an amazing rite of passage. You're alive today, so how did you fend the beast off?
Fend it off? I ripped off its arm and sent it running.
He strikes the face of an offended man, but smiles too wide to hide his amusement.
As the beast was lopping off bits of my handsomeness, I remember trying to fight back, swinging with arms too short to reach. I felt I had the energy for one last swipe at the beast's nose, and when I lashed out with a punch, my arm felt twice as massive, and my fingers sprouted talons. In a rush of power, I shifted into a mirror of my assailant. Apparently, he couldn't pick on someone his own size. By the battle's end, his severed arm was in my maw. The beast limped away in defeat.
That's quite an impressive tale. I thought learning to search Sif would win me some respect, maybe trap myself an Adian lass with a lust for little men. Alas, I might have been better off staying a novice. When I wandered back into the village, they saw my wounds and asked what happened. I sold them. The name they called me from was the Autumn Stelgarend. His mouth opened, but his hesitation for a long moment before choosing his words. They were not impressed. The roar of my circle believed the Autumn Stelgar to be a heinous abomination. It said that if it eats you, your soul is inevitably lost. As this was my first and most intuitive form, they deemed me a carrier of this evil. Even though I never so much as threatened my kin, I was ruled unfit and cast out. Hiravas sighed, scratching his scarred face. I don't know what message Galawain was trying to send. The only lessons I learned was that the Seeker God will punish you for seeking. So you're some sort of soul cannibal? You didn't choose your spirit form. Were you at least recognised as a proper druid? Can you learn to space shift into something less terrible? So I say, so you're some sort of soul cannibal? Hiver stares at you with a frown before covering his face with hands. No, he mutters. At least I think not. I've never actually sat down and eaten an entire person to find out. I'm not that curious to find out. You don't choose your spirit form? No, he says with a half. It chose me, or so I imagine. I always assumed I would shift into a stoat. Seems more true to my nature. He points to the embossed pattern of whale on his eye patch. As the obscured teachers, when the answer is irrescrutable, one must be content with pondering the question. Were you at least recognized as a proper druid? He brow furrows. No, but I know I passed the initiation rite 5 times more perilous than any of the other kin betrayers that instituted I was a failure. Can you learn to shape into something less terrifying? I already can and sometimes do, he says with a beaming smile that quickly returns to a scowl. But the druids of my circle, again assign greater meaning to the one our original first form. I'll always be unclean to them. Thank you for sharing this story.
Well, if you don't know me, you can't trust me. And if you can't trust me, odds are low you'll leap in front of a flying arrow to save my life. I've been meaning to visit the druids of Twin Elms to see if they know more about my spirit shift. If our journey takes us there, perhaps they can enlighten me with more information about the Autumn Stelgar. But for now, maybe we can talk about something less depressing?
Some other time. Your loss. Find a druid to know about more, so that he's one of the story
Just say
NPCs.
the
That's
word.
cool. Right. We can't switch party members out. Rose has been assigned. I should have probably... it's too late now. I can't recall. Can I recall? No, I'll leave her go.
Just say the word.
I haven't used a druid before, so I don't know what they're like. So what's he armed with? Fine spear. We have lots of fine spears. No fine pole axes, that's a shame. Fine pike. It's slower. There's a bit more damage. Has more weapon reach. Fine. We already have 2 fine pikes. That's a good point. Fine saber. He can interrupt, which is nice. There's +5 accuracy. So if we give him the pike, he'll be a bit slower, but he does have his spells to make up for it.
Just say the word.
This is apparently the ruin. The bright sun casts its light on a pattern in the ground. You need to get a better look. The stone here has been carved into a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the centre. A much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be a writing above the 2 circles. Examine the writing. The characters are completely foreign to you, no doubt the remnants of a long forgotten language. Examine the outer circle. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring, though most have been worn away. You can make out a crescent above the centre. Look at the central indentation. The indentation is rather shallow, but appears to be perfectly sized for the Adra disc you got from the giant slayers. Place the Adra disc in the indentation. The stone fits into the indentation, but with nothing to hold it in place, it simply falls out. You feel as if you've done something wrong. Wait a while. Try a bit longer. The stone rests easily in the space, and you feel the air rush into the tiny gaps in the indentation that appears to be held firmly in place. You hear sliding of stone underneath your feet as a sudden rush of water. The pool beneath you begins to drain.
Just say the word.
It's a safety mechanism.
Leave it to me.
I hope we didn't lock ourselves off from anywhere interesting. I should probably go down here and see what's down here. Might just save first. So I really don't want to run into dragons or something. Let me guess, I basically blocked myself from going down here. Because I let the water pool out. Because I'm an idiot. Oh no, wait. He said that was flooded, didn't he? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we need to get around here and down into the ruins. Next to the opponent target indicates your chance of scoring a hit or a critical. Into the ruins via the Stonewall Gorge. Find the weapons of Leir Raman. Right, this is going to be fun.
Just say the word.
Stonehead. You hear grating and grinding coming from the stonehead above you. The chips are dry in its eye sockets glow bright green. A voice deep and resonant echoes from the stone mouth. What begins as a garbled language resolves itself into your own of a tongue. There is no true blade than the essence forged in bronze. Turn twice to the left and prepare your soul for its reckoning. Oh, that's worrying. Can't go that way because it's underwater. We're all healed up, which is really nice. This isn't good. Alright, let's get to the business of fighting it then.
Just say the word.
And we killed it relatively quickly. I like his long weapon because it means he can stand in the back and like stab over people without risking him.
Not a problem.
Right, so just probably gather up
And what does the flame reveal?
and we'll be stealthy. Crystal eating spiders. Sage. That's not good. Why did it have to be bugs? Let's go down here and have a look, see. Let's be a bit tactical for a change. Yep, here we go. Fall back.
What?
You go fight him. What can we use? Charm beasts. Snarl won't work. Insect swarm. Attracts swarm of aggressive insects, causing piercing damage over time, reducing the concentration of anyone in the area. Caster's melee weapon becomes an ideal instrument of hunting, adding concentration and raw damage to its attack, restoring endurance to it. Melee only. Okay, we've got flanked. Go from that's not good. He's getting pummeled from all sides. Had to do something. He can't get out. Do that. Do that. Do we have anything we can do at this level? we're gonna have to try and keep him up. No, he's down. That's a waste. Oh, man, this is nasty. I hate fighting whites. Right. Oh, he's just a dratted thing. It's even worse. So just kept the spirit blade up. Right. I hate fighting spectres.
Maybe one is down. Someone might want to check on him.
Ah, truly, you don't say. Right. Well, we got one of those at least. I hate fighting spectres. Because you have to hit them with magic. Yeah, that's bad. Frostbite, frostbite, frostbite. Of course. What's the best way to fight spectres? Damage resistance, burn and fire. Maybe lightning. They've got high will. They've got high everything as well, which sucks.
Just say the word.
Really sucks.
Yeah.
Fading, unintangible runes cover the surface.
Can do.
Okay, well that's good to know. So we can't go that way. There's obviously something there. Man, we took a pounding from that. Yay. And we notice more spectres further up. So let's get down to it.
Just say the word.
Most inconvenient.
Dagnabbit. They've got us pinned. I forgot she still had her melee weapons out. No, not that, because that's going to hit all my associates.
Something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here.
I really need to get more stuff.
Can do.
I need to get more stuff that's effective against magical beings.
I'm on the
My
trail.
gear is not fantastically set up. Actually, thinking about that. You have the Spectre Sword. It's not great, but it's great for slaying spirit beasts.
Just say the word.
Shade. Surprise. Go for them. You go for him. You go for him. You go for him. You go for him. You go for him.
Hey.
Oh, of all the... okay, fine, let's do it this way then. So they're pushing that way, are they? Fine. Do that. Cleric, pop. That. You can pop. Let's see. Channels lunar energy. That won't work. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, they're going for him. Okay, go big or go home, I suppose, at this point. Yeah, he's out. Very much out. Oh, seriously? God damn. Spectres over the goddamn place. Come on. I hate fighting spectres. Okay, yeah, that's not great either. If I'm going to go down, I better... oh, that's frost, that's not going to help. Nah, do it. Get over in here and help. Come on. Huh. Approach and make yourself known to me. Damn, that was a nasty
Just
fight.
say the word. Just
Right, the
say the
statue's
word.
wanting us to go and talk to him, which is worrying. But we should do that next episode because my guys are really, really hurt. So I'm going to rest because I really need it. And the statue can wait until tomorrow, methinks. So yeah, everybody's healed up and they've got their stuff back up. And from there we shall end it here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a really hard fight. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section. I'll get back in contact with you. And I shall see you all next time, folks. Goodbye.